I'm so disgusted about this news. I just need y'all guys to hit that like button and get this into that algorithm. And I'm just going to play this great content, and then I'll be back with some more commentary on the end. You guys, grab your seatbelts, buckle up, because this is about to be a bumpy ride.
Our legal team will explain all of that to you. We will have updates on Tory Lanez, Mr. Peterson, on how he's doing. It's really sad to see the situation that he's in, and we think it's time, enough is enough. It's time to bring the brother home. So with that, I would like to bring up our lead consultant, Mr. Walter Roberts.
Morning. We are here today to bring to your attention some information Unite the People believes is exculpatory in Mr. Daystar Peterson's case, professionally known as Tory Lanez. Recently, we've been made aware that a member of the media, Mr. Gianno Caldwell, is working on an op-ed for the New York Post regarding Mr. Peterson's innocence. During his work on that op-ed, he became aware of some information in Unite the People's possession regarding a statement that was given to Unite the People by someone with information relevant to that case. The New York Post recently reached out to the prior district attorney, George Gaston, Megan Pete and her representatives, and Kelsey Harris and her representatives. The only party that responded last week was Megan Pete's representatives with a request for more information. A few days later, Mr. Peterson's brutally attacked in his jail cell. Unite the People represents Daystar Peterson in his appellate process. We filed an appellate brief and a writ of habeas corpus on his behalf. The District Attorney's Office has already responded. The case is fully briefed. We're just waiting for the appellate court's decision. We were willing to wait for the appellate process to play out. But given that brutal, unprovoked attack, we felt it necessary to come here today to provide you with this information. It is our intention to make a request to the governor to either pardon or commute the sentence of Mr. Peterson, so that when he recovers from this attack, he's not returned to a jail cell, that he's allowed to go home and recover. Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Miss Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had, where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. The passenger side is where Miss Harris was sitting. This further iterates that Mr. Peterson did not shoot Miss Pete, did not shoot at Miss Pete, or did not assault Miss Pete. It's just another irregularity in a list of irregularities in this case. For example, there were 3 potential suspects in the car that night, and yet the only DNA sample was taken of Mr. Peterson, even though unknown DNA was found on the gun. Why wasn't Miss Harris's DNA taken? Or was it taken and the information simply never given to the defense? Why Why wasn't the driver of the car, Mr. Jaquan Smith's DNA taken? Or was it taken, and again, simply not given to the defense? We don't know. It should have been taken. Because unite the people's understanding of regular LAPD practice at a crime scene like that, anybody who's there, DNA is taken. Another irregularity. Why, at Ms. Harris's police interview, was a non-lawyer, non-family member, record company executive allowed to participate? Highly irregular situation. Normally, we see cases, strangers are not allowed in these things, but it was in this case. All of these things point to the highly irregular nature of his trial and his conviction. It is our contention that he was wrongly convicted. And while we at first were willing to let the process play out, it is our contention now that if he is not pardoned or released promptly, he may never come out. And that would be the ultimate injustice, is that he gets killed in prison for something he did not do.
Wow. So can you guys believe that? I knew something was off because for Tory Lanez to get hit up 14 times out of nowhere with something just ain't right, as Hassan Campbell say. But this right here is some nasty work. So I'm not going to blame Megan Thee Stallion. I'm not going to say she had anything to do with it, but let's just say maybe somebody in her camp did. Maybe somebody in her camp sent that hit out on Tory once she knew that everything was coming out to the forefront. If you guys heard what that gentleman said, he said that only one rep reached back out, and it was Megan Thee Stallion rep, and they wanted more details on what was going on. Once they gave him some more details, boom, a week later, that right there happened to Tory Lanez. Now, I'm not sure what Megan Thee Stallion has been doing lately. I haven't been hearing too much about her, but I know she has to be somewhere hiding out because she knows that her number is about to be called. Now, the state might eventually press charges on her and Kelsey once all this lies and everything come to the forefront. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, why did the bodyguard not say it at the beginning? I don't know. I'm not a psychic, but he did say that he was the bodyguard. So I guess maybe he didn't want to tell on his client, but an innocent man went to prison. Now, a lot of people in the streets going to say, well, Megan Thee Stallion, she didn't snitch, but an innocent man still went to prison. She could have said she didn't know who shot her. She was blacked out, sloppy drunk, and she don't know. But she went on Gayle King. She went all over the media, and she even raised her fist at one of these award shows and said, we need to protect black women. Now, this right here is sad because Tory Lanez, somewhere laid up in the hospital fighting for his life, maybe have to go back to prison for something that he didn't do. Everything is finally coming out. Now, hopefully, Jay-Z didn't have anything involved with this situation because his name is going to be dragged through the mud. You know what they say, what don't come out in the rinse always come out in the wash. But hey, you guys drop it in the comment section and let me know, what do you think about this entire situation? And until next time, let me get the hell up out of here with my little channel.